something that loves you?
No, I do like things that love me.
So you don't want something that gets excited when you come home.
Well, cats do that.
Yeah, صح, yeah.
Wow.
I have
Kittens,
yes.
Kittens do that. Cats?
I don't know anyone who
Don't
has
give a
cats.
fuck
Yeah,
about
like my family, like they have 2 cats. Every time they open the door, the cat's like, hey, toot toot.
Okay,
No,
that's
no,
your
none of
cats,
that.
bro. That's
No,
your
no,
cats.
no one does that. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I disagree.
Rarely cats.
Cats have different temperaments. Trust me.
Yes, exactly.
I'm aware.
But no one gives a fuck about you the second you open the door, like a dog
It doesn't give you as much attention.
and a child.
Yeah. It doesn't
And
give you
a
as much
child.
attention.
And a
okay?
human being, you know, those things.
And a wife.
Yeah.
Uh,
Wow.
But
And a husband.
Yeah. Mm.
no, but how? Okay, can you calculate how much time on average you spend with your dog, or taking care of your dog per week? Like walking her, feeding her, playing with her.
Well, walking, that depends on the size of the dog, to be honest. If
Okay.
it's a big dog, it requires actually some space. It needs to walk in order for them to stay healthy. If they're, in terms of playing, yeah, like a good 10, 15 minutes is more than enough. Unless, like, Lebna, my other dog, she just, no, we're playing.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's done. The second you walk in, here's the ball. Let's get this started.
Let's go.
And stop. There's no, like, let me relax for a minute.
No.
She'll get tired. Then we figured out a way to get her tired.
Okay.
So I'll be sitting upstairs and I just throw the toy downstairs and she has to go down the stairs and come back up.
Wow.
Like 7, 8 times. And she's like, yo,
That's.
that was awesome. Let me catch my breath and we'll do this again.
I think my dad used to do that with me on Spotify. Like he'd throw the toys down the stairs, I'd just go pick them and come back. Yeah.
He figured out how to get rid of you.
Exactly.
Let me just tire him out real quick.
He'll just lie down at some point and just.
Oh, man,
stop.
great story. How about we start?
Oh, we haven't started.
We haven't started yet. What's happening, fellas?
Wow.
Like I thought we started 20 minutes ago, honestly.
No. We just talked 20 minutes ago. We just started. Hey,
Yo.
welcome past the Kabsa, episode 20. Hopefully, I'm not really sure yet. Nice for you to be here. I got the homie Turks right behind me.
Hello.
I got Shamsi right in front of me, I think. Now he's in front of me. Oh, now he got 2 fingers. He got it right this time.
Yes.
We trained him over the last couple of days.
One did
how
not
to do
work.
this.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so he doesn't do this anymore.
Exactly.
And as you can see, we were talking about pets because we were training Shamsi for a while. And as you can see, based on the hard work that I put in the treats, and look at him how responsive. Watch. Say peace.
Wow. That was so slow, Shamsi. That was so slow.
Like I'm trying to figure out if I should take him seriously.
I want to start with this real quick. First off, you are a very bad friend, Shamsi. I just want to tell you all that.
Thank you.
Reason being, I'm trying to pick out a reason real quick in my head.
There's like plenty. I know.
Yeah, there's a lot of reasons.
There's a lot.
But isn't Jeed your homie?
Yes, he is.
How much of a homie is he?
I met him recently. I'm getting to know the guy.
Okay, so he's not really a homie.
He's a really nice
Then
guy.
I don't blame that he doesn't tell you shit about what he's doing. I don't blame him because he got this coming out real soon, and I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully, if I can click it in or something. I don't know why is my Bluetooth off. But he got a track coming out. I think by the time everyone hears this, it'll be out already. So yeah, it'll be. I think it's coming out on the 12th. Turks, would you like to join us with your phone?
No, I think I'm just going to take this phone call. Oh, wow. It's.
Said I be a low life. I never ever gonna be none. Well, it depends on how you look into my eyes. You can see yourself when you take a better look at me now. They say you see yourself in everything that you be around. You can see yourself when you take a better look at me now. Whatever you think of me, always come back to you. You can see yourself when you take a better.
I can't wait for that to come out.
Yeah, that's good.
I can't wait
smooth.
for that to come out.
Honestly.
Smooth.
I
It's
seriously
really
can't
smooth.
wait, man. That's really, really good, man. I think it's gonna be on the 12th of December. This comes out on Sunday, so I think it was yesterday.
Quick maths. Quick maths.
It's called Low Life. It's by is it Nadine elroubie? Yes, Nadine and Jeed and someone else that I can't really see the name right now, aka Keyzz.
I saw that today. I followed all 3 of them. Now.
Yes, amazing. We reposted it on our group, so not in the group, in the Insta story. So feel free to go there and enjoy it.
3 days ago.
3 days ago. I just remembered.
Or just wait.
But
for
when
to
it
come
releases,
out.
we're going to repost that again.
Yeah,
That
exactly.
definitely. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for joining us. Today has been a very, very great day because I haven't seen the fellas in a while. So it's good to catch up again and, see everybody. And act like I give it 2 shits about them.
Thank you.
What's happening, fellas?
It's all good, bro. It's
All is happening.
with
All
you.
is good. I want to talk about something, but later on, I want to get to this. Saudi Authority of Industrial Cities and Technical Zones. Within?
Okay.
it's called aka Mudun, revealed that women who work in the industrial city it overseas has increased by 120%, reaching 17,000 workers by last March.
That's huge.
That's big.
Yeah.
What's the number again?
120%.
120%, 17,000.
Wow.
That's spread out across Saudi.
Yes, of
So
course.
Jibel,
I
Yanbu.
think, and I know in the Eastern Province, I think they have like 3 or 4 Mudun,
Okay.
something like that. Well, it's Mudun, but it's divided. Industrial city 1, 2, and 3, and 4.
So it's not Jibel and Yanbu. It's something different completely.
No, it's like an industrial city within a city.
Okay.
And Mudun is what controls it. Does the planning, blueprint, everything.
Yeah.
So if you have a business and you want to open a business, in industrial city, you deal with them, and they'll basically they have all the layouts ready. What's the size of the factory that you want?
Oh, nice.
And so where do you want
So
it?
all the support services that you need.
Everything.
Okay.
That's very interesting.
But I read that a couple days ago and I was really, really surprised.
Yeah, you'd think like the industrial sector would be very male dominated.
Yes.
Historically.
is.
It is.
It
It is. It is.
Yeah.
It is. That's why this number really surprised.
It is,
17,000?
Yeah.
That's a huge
yeah,
number.
that-
120%.
Good job.
Amazing, man. Amazing. Another number one. Man, another one. Minister of Education, Dr. Hamad Al-Sheikh, said Saudi ranked first in the Arab world and 17th globally for Saudi universities' efforts to publish research on COVID-19,
Nice.
accounting for 1.8% of global research. And Saudi is also one of the fastest countries in the world to respond to educational emergencies caused by COVID.
Yeah, that we've
Yeah.
seen.
Yeah.
That we
Yeah.
have seen.
That
Exactly.
one had a lot of
Lived it.
speed bumps in the beginning, and I think most of the speed bumps were actually like parents accepting that.
It was just the
But
first
you
couple
can't
weeks.
compare that to what's going on everywhere else in the world, man.
That's true.
We responded in a
real quick.
beautifully. Yeah.
Yeah. We didn't skip nothing. You go to school, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you're gonna get your education. You need this education.
You're going to figure out your connection issues in the first couple of weeks, but everything's going to be smooth sailing
Yeah,
after
but
that.
bro, like the COVID-19 research, we had a couple of patents. I don't remember who exactly got it, but I remember that during the COVID.
Bro, we have some world-class like researchers and world-class institutions here that really, contribute to the medical and scientific literature. So I'm actually really proud to see them like pushing forward the envelope in that sense.
Next episode, or the one after, whichever you'd like. How about we run down 2020
Okay.
from January to December of everything that happened across
That's
the
a
globe?
fun-filled
Wow.
year.
Yeah,
Ooh.
this year has been because a lot of people forget how ridiculous this year was.
Yo, it's been
People just
long
look at
year.
COVID, but they have no idea. Like there's so many things that happen in between.
The first couple of months, the first 2-3 months, there's a shitload of things that happen.
What are you talking about? Every single month, we're like,
Yeah.
okay, what's next?
Yeah.
Godzilla was supposed to be in April. He
Exactly,
took a
right?
step back. He's like, yeah, I got too much shit.
Like, yeah, he pushed his movie schedule along with everybody else. He's like,
No, it's actually Godzilla.
y'all have too many movies happening on right now.
No, but I think we should cover that.
Yeah, sure. For
Definitely. You want to do a yearly wipe every year? Fine,
Let's do this every
Yeah.
year. I have no problem.
Yeah.
Make it sound like we're gonna make it 2 years,
Yeah.
but
We probably won't.
Let's get to episode 2, you guys. Let's
I know, right? Look, we barely got here. But yeah, definitely we should do that.
Eugene,
You should do that.
we will do that. We will.
How about me and you will put it together?
Yeah,
So
we'll put it
because it's a long
So
thing.
we'll have a
Yeah.
mix of weird and quirky and interesting and all the different types of emotions.
Oh, looking forward to it. Thank you for attending,
You
Champsy.
don't know 2020.
I-
Weird and quirky.
I have no idea. You guys know Peacock? Champsy, stop smirking. I know you're going somewhere else with this. Do
The
you know
animal?
Peacock, the streaming service?
The streaming service, no.
It's by NBC.
Okay, that makes sense.
So
That's
they
a good one.
announced
Yeah.
that they're going to stream for free on YouTube and Peacock all 22 James Bond movies.
Nice.
Right now, if you go search, you can find all the James Bond movies for free
But
with advertisements, but it's for free.
for free.
Yes,
That's interesting.
that's really
Oh,
interesting.
that's really interesting.
What's the
But-
what was the idea behind it? Just trying to get people to go to the streaming service?
Well, I don't think so. I think
Is there like a James Bond anniversary or something?
there's a James Bond movie that's supposed to come out that got pushed back.
Yeah, I think it got pushed back to, wasn't it to December?
Everything
no.
got pushed back to
Till next
2021.
Yeah, I think first quarter or second quarter of 2021.
Yeah.
Okay.
Between. So most likely like March, April.
Nice. So it's like a retrospective.
Yeah, basically go through all the catalog
building up, building up the
the
hype.
Yeah, so basically I know what's gonna happen this weekend.
Nice.
You know what you're gonna be doing?
Basically, play and just ignore.
I actually, you know what? My favorite James Bond is the current James Bond. For me,
Craig
that's
Daniels?
surprising. Yeah, Daniel Craig. Was it Daniel Craig? Yeah, Daniel Craig.
I have no idea who's
Yeah.
the current James Bond. To be honest,
He is
I
the
totally forgot.
British guy.
Yeah, well,
blonde.
Really?
really?
James Bond is a British
Really?
guy?
There was an American.
Is he 007?
Wait. There's
Wait,
an American James
Who's
Bond.
the American
He
James
was in
Bond?
the 80s. Richard something. He just did like 2.
Okay, 1 out of 90 is not doesn't matter. Okay,
Fair
you got 89 James
Yeah,
Bonds.
Fair enough. But I actually like him better than the classic Bonds, your Pierce Brosnans, your Sean
Nah,
Connerys.
dude, he's too serious.
Bro.
Really?
I like what they're doing with the movies, but it's too serious, man. It's not James Bond. It's not what I go
It's
for.
Jason Bourne.
Exactly, it's Jason Bourne.
It's Jason
not
Bourne. It's not James
I
Bond.
want the spy shit. I want the pen that you click it 3 times and explodes. I want
he has
the
that.
watch that has a laser in it. I want the invisible car.
He has that, but the
Yeah.
problem is that they made him more physical. Now he fights, he jumps.
It's more realistic.
It's more action.
It's
more
no.
gritty.
It's more no. They stepped away from, in my personal opinion, they stepped away from what it was and they turned it close to Mission Impossible.
Okay, just to prove a point, just to make a statement here. The James Bond I grew up on was Pierce Brosnan. Okay?
We all did.
So the first one was GoldenEye, and then we had Die Another Day, and then you had something about freezing.
Tomorrow Never Dies.
Yeah. So those ones, in my opinion, GoldenEye was great. It was
Amazing.
awesome.
It is
okay?
a standard. When it's
But
Yes, yeah,
the
it is.
ones that followed got increasingly campy to the point where he ended up having like an invisible car that drives on the ice.
yeah, which was cool.
Come on.
Which was exactly what
Come
I
on.
expected. James
No.
Bond.
What is James Bond?
That's a little bit too much, bro.
So when you're watching your Marvel movies, you're like, oh come on, that's way out
No,
of
no,
here.
I know what to expect from Marvel movies. Keep in mind, when
And we know what to expect from James Bond.
But when I was younger, like I used to get like the older James Bond movies on VHS. So I remember the Sean Connery one. It was much more
One,
okay,
okay,
a couple
please.
of Sean Connery ones. It was much more serious. Pierce Brosnan, honestly, it just became the same thing happened with Batman. Batman started off
No, let's
No,
not go there. Let's not go
the
there.
classic
No,
Batman.
no, we're not going
Okay.
near Batman at all. No,
My
stick to
point
here.
is it got to camp. You know, it increasingly got to camp. And then when they rebooted the series with Daniel Craig, I felt like they went back to the roots of, okay, this is real spy shit.
Craig Daniels, dude.
Daniel Craig.
It doesn't matter. I
Yeah.
want you to look at the camera and explain VHS to some people.
Something that existed once upon a time no longer exists, like cassette tapes.
And that is why Shamsi's kids are gonna be stupid.
Yeah.
Daddy, what is this? Well, this existed a long time ago.
This is
This is history.
an ancient technology. We need to find the source.
I don't know. Well, بالنسبة لي, I knew what I expected from James Bond. Even though Sean Connery's James Bond was a little...
He was the classic one.
Yeah, he didn't have that much like gimmicks, let's call them, or whatever.
Charisma, bro.
But yeah, he had charisma and he had that like swagger, and the villains were over the top. And that's what I want from James Bond. When you get me some dude that's just fighting his way through a casino, no thank you.
He didn't fight his way through the casino.
Well,
And that Casino Royale movie,
it's a great movie, ما أقول لك لا,
Honestly?
but it's not what I expected from James Bond.
You know what's the closest movie to James Bond?
What?
Ocean 11.
Yes, it had that same flow, the same like
Yeah.
vibe.
Uh,
Basically.
The slickness.
Ocean
Yeah.
11. Ocean 11, I think, was more of a heist movie. So I don't really compare.
It doesn't matter. We're talking about how
Yeah.
the process of it.
James Bond
Okay.
has always been about this is a cool character. You want to be that cool character.
Okay,
Daniel Craig does not give me that same vibe.
I disagree.
بالنسبة لي, Daniel Craig is, oh, this is a guy who's struggling with his life, and I do not want to be in his shoes whatsoever, whenever.
That's called depth. That's
I
called
know
giving
that's-
a character depth.
But this character never had depth to
Exactly.
begin with.
And for me,
That's you saying, okay, now we're more emotional. So let's bring out this character and make him more emotional because we're all more emotional now.
no, see, if you go back to the original James Bond novels, okay, they had that there.
Champsy, did you read the novels?
I read a couple of them.
Did we read the novels?
No.
I do not expect the novels.
Okay, I'm talking about
I like the Sherlock that BBC did. I did not read the novels, so I did not relate. That's not what I am expecting.
Was that the only version of Sherlock that you liked?
It's the version that I like the most.
Because it's modern, it's updated, it's.
Yeah, it had its own vibe.
It was different than the old Sherlocks.
I think the new Sherlock was great, but
Yes,
I'm agreeing.
It was different. It was the new Sherlock had depth.
And that's for me, that's why the new James Bond was great.
Punch the mic. punch the
Daniel
mic.
Craig was great because he had depth, he was modern, he was updated. He stepped away from.
But
like,
James Bond is not about depth though.
You didn't relate to this.
what is James Bond about?
Have
Cool
you watched
fact.
the old movies?
No, but you tell me. Like, what do you
Well,
see?
James Bond basically he was the guy that's there but's never there at the same time.
Okay.
He was just a slick person that understood his way around things, understood how to get things done, and he was very, very meticulous. If I should say that word, or if that's the right word.
Okay.
And he was never out there as the guy that's has all the strength and is fighting, is punching his way through walls and shit. No, He was a guy who knew how to get shit done in silence.
Exactly.
Okay.
And I wouldn't use meticulous. I think like James Bond is a bit more of a carefree kind of character. He doesn't obsess
Okay.
about something. No, he's like he's walking around.
Devil may
he's
care.
doing-
I'll take that back. I agree.
He's
I agree.
doing cool stuff,
Yes.
and he's shrugging it off like nothing.
Yeah.
This is just a Sunday.
Oh, this phone that blows up everywhere?
Yeah, this
Oh.
is cool. Yeah.
Bro, I had this.
See,
Yeah.
that's what you said. You mentioned all that stuff. You didn't mention the gadgets. You didn't mention the tools. So the character is deeper than just the gimmicks that he plays around.
There were gimmicks.
Yeah,
I'll give it to you, but
and
it had
that's
that cool
what-
factor.
that's what the Pierce Brosnan movies did for me. It became about the gimmicks more than it was about the character.
Nah.
That's my issue. It became.
No.
It became. The
No,
last
no.
two.
I think currently now, the last couple, I would agree with you on that. It became more Mission Impossible.
Not the
No.
Daniel Craig ones, the Pierce Brosnan,
The Pierce-
GoldenEye.
yeah, but that one
I
wasn't-
kind of agree with you.
Yeah.
It wasn't
It-
too
it-
technical. It was more about the BMW.
Bro, for
Yeah,
me,
I relied more on gadgets than swagger. I will
Yes.
give you that.
Okay.
The previous,
But he had swagger, though.
he did.
He was the swagger James Bond.
He wasn't the swagger James
Not
Bond.
okay. I'll
Sean
take that
Connery
back.
is the
I'll
swagger
take that back.
James Bond.
Yes, I remember Sean Connery.
Yeah,
he was very slick.
Yeah, that's the classic.
But again, I think he was the medium.
He was, but they did focus more on gadgets. I'll give you that.
do you remember Just Die Another
But-
Day? For me,
Yes.
that was the one that's like, okay, wait, this is a little bit too much. Okay, it was cool. It was extremely cool. It had the Aston Martin. It had Halle Berry. But, going invisible and driving on ice, come on, that's a little bit too much. So I appreciated when Casino Royale went kind of back to the basics in the sense of, okay, like real spy stuff, no gadgets, no gadgets. It's all about like being able to read people, being smooth, being slick.
It's Mission Impossible.
It's too serious.
I disagree.
Yes, it's very, very Mission Impossible.
I disagree.
Can you watch Mission Impossible now?
I haven't seen the last couple, but apparently they weren't that bad.
So you only saw the first one.
No, I saw the first like 3, but there's like 6 now at this point.
True.
Right.
Is it 6 now? I have
Yeah, I
no
think so,
idea.
There's
yeah.
the Dubai
But-
one. There's the one that came out a couple of years ago.
Every time I play if it's not the first Mission Impossible, then it's all just
That's a Tom Cruise demo reel. That's
Exactly.
about it. That's all the movies are. Like, this is what I can do, you guys. Remember this? Yeah.
Do you remember how I ride a bike?
Yeah.
I never took Mission Impossible seriously when they started churning out the sequels because at that point
Yes.
I realized that okay, this is just like
From 2
a
was
money
awful.
grab.
Yeah,
Yeah,
from
it was
2
a-
Yeah,
was
the
awful.
first one was the only one that was
Yeah.
really.
that first one was
I think the first one
classic.
bad because it felt like a throwback.
It
yeah,
was.
it had that vibe.
Yeah, it had a
Like,
throwback vibe.
Remember spy movies?
Yes.
This is what you
Yeah.
used to
It's like a
watch.
proper spy movie.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, it was very nice.
And then when Jason Bourne came along, he took that trend a little bit
Jason
differently.
Bourne is too much. It's too American for me.
I couldn't watch that.
What
I
do you mean?
can't. It's
I
just,
ما كملت في الأول. I couldn't
The
like
first
watch
one
the
you
whole
couldn't
thing.
finish.
I
The
couldn't
first one
finish
was
the whole
actually
thing.
very European.
no,
Yeah, I know.
all of them. I don't
But
like
it was
them.
just it didn't grab me. It didn't give me enough for me
Maybe
to pay attention.
I can't take the character very seriously.
Like the actual actor.
Yes,
No, the actor's
Matt
cool,
Damon?
dude.
Matt
yeah,
Damon.
was it Matt Damon? Yeah.
yeah, Matt
No,
Damon.
I'm talking about in that one. I couldn't take him very seriously that
Yeah.
he was this person that does these things.
Like if this was Matt Damon coming off of Good Will Hunting, right?
Not straight off. Good
Not
Will
straight
Hunting.
off.
No, Good Will
No,
Hunting was his
no.
debut movie, if I'm not
Way.
mistaken, or like close to it.
Fantastic Mr. Fox, 1999.
Fantastic
Jason
Mr. Fox
Bourne was like recently.
Was it Matt Damon? No, Jason Bourne came out in 2001, bro. The first Jason Bourne came out in
It
2001.
wasn't in 2001.
Yes.
Turks,
Look it up.
IMDb.
Yeah.
I'm dipping.
I think
IMDb.
it was the early thousands.
I remember 2001.
And it bought that trend of, and I think that's when the Bond franchise realized, oh, okay,
Have
this
competition?
guy made, yeah, this
No,
guy.
I think Mission Impossible gave him the competition.
No, Mission Impossible was in 96. That started
yes,
way
that,
before.
that would give him the competition. I don't think it was Jason
2004.
Bourne.
But when did
2004?
2004?
No, 2002. Identity, 4,
Yeah.
Supremacy,
2002.
Ultimatum.
Damn,
So,
came out
yeah.
2001?
Bro, I remember had 2002. I remember had that shit on
Sold.
DVD.
That's old.
I remember had the
Wow.
first
We
two.
are-
I honestly thought it came out like in 2010s.
You guys know what DVD is, right? I really hope so.
You didn't expect VHS, so leave DVD alone.
Okay. VHS predated DVD. Yes. In between there was Laserdisc.
Ooh,
yeah.
I still have Twister on Laserdisc.
I
That's
still
the
have
cool stuff.
Speed on Laserdisc.
I have Oz,
Yeah.
the collector's edition.
I'm trying to
Wizard of
recall
Oz.
what we were talking about before we started.
We're talking about Laserdiscs. dude.
No,
I'm
Spy
sorry.
movies.
No.
No.
Jason Bourne.
Actually, I was talking about way before we started.
No,
Oh,
no idea.
yeah. How do we end up in James Bond?
But just the point. The point. Peacock. He mentioned Peacock streaming.
All right. Yeah.
Streaming of speaking. Just final
Streaming
point.
of speaking.
Streaming of speaking.
Yeah.
Speaking of
Streaming of speaking.
Speaking of streaming, this actually happened. You were talking about this, added that this was going to happen. It actually happened. Warner Brothers announced that the entire 2021 movie roster is going to be dropped on HBO Max on the same release day as the theatrical release.
Ooh.
The Oracle.
Okay, so
The Oracle of like basic shit.
Adam called this. Good job. Good job.
Yes,
Well
I'm
done.
the Oracle of basic shit.
But apparently that caused a shitstorm.
It is.
So I read an article today that literally everybody that worked with Warner was like, yo, what the fuck? We didn't discuss this. We didn't agree to this. We don't want to do this. We don't want to do this.
Wait, do they own the movies? Does Warner own the movies?
Like Warner is the studio that produced the movies with them, but we're talking about
But they own it.
directors, actors, people that have stakes in these movies.
I saw something about Nolan saying something.
Christopher Nolan.
Yeah.
If anyone doesn't know.
Christopher Nolan was one of the people that came out that said they didn't even consult us. They didn't even give us a heads up. We just woke up and like the world
And he
flipped
called them out.
upside down.
I think you have. You have it?
I
Yeah.
looked at- I looked at
Because
the
I like
article.
how he called them out. But I want you to read it his
His
exact
lyrics?
words.
No, but imagine that. Imagine you're a creator, an artist, and then they tell you, hey, they didn't even like negotiate.
This goes
with you.
back to a couple of episodes ago, or hundreds of episodes ago.
Wow.
Go back to our catalog. You find a lot of great shit. We talked about the creators and getting robbed.
Getting robbed. So he's saying some of our industry's biggest filmmakers and most important movie stars went to bed the night before thinking they were working for the greatest movie studio and woke up to find out they were working for the worst streaming service. That was a great way of putting it.
That's strong. That's strong.
Okay.
Oh, that sucks.
He's like, Warner Brothers had an incredible machine for getting a filmmaker's work out everywhere, both in theaters and in the home, and they are dismantling it as we speak. They don't even understand what they're losing. Their decision makes no economic sense, and even the most casual Wall Street investor can see the difference between disruption and dysfunction.
Dysfunction.
That's a great way of putting it.
Yes, yeah.
honestly.
That's some Nolan stuff.
And that
I'm
goes
sorry.
back to our stuff, what we talked about. These companies, they want to take your creativity and they just want to monetize and make money off of it. They don't give two shits about your feeling.
Yeah.
Thank you for what you gave me. Give me something else if you have it. Now go away. Shh. Now it's mine. Now I can do whatever I want to do with it. I paid you. Stop. You got nothing to do with me.
It sucks.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons they're so pissed is because HBO Max, since it actually launched, it's been struggling big time in the streaming service wars in the States. It has like 8 million subscribers.
That's
almost.
it?
Yeah, 8.6 million.
Whoa,
subscribers.
that's low.
Paid subscribers in the States, and it's HBO.
No, because they got like a free service and a paid service.
No,
right?
they have cable. And they
Yeah,
have
HBO, even cable's not free.
yeah,
Really?
HBO was never free.
HBO Now and HBO Max. There's a difference between them. I don't know.
I think HBO Now is the one that, well, I think it
It's
was,
like a basic
it was the
Yeah.
for the series, I think it was. If you don't catch it the day of release,
Okay.
you can see it the day after or something.
Okay.
but that's if
It's
you're
like their
subscribed to
own
regular
built-in
HBO.
TV.
Yes, we have no clue what we are talking about.
True.
So
But HBO Max is the streaming service, the legit streaming service of HBO.
Which is trying
HBO
to-
Max was supposed to go against Netflix and everybody else.
Yeah.
I
And
think
it
that's what you're
failed.
trying to say.
Yeah.
See, me and
Okay.
you were sick, bro.
But that's tough.
And it failed
But
miserably.
isn't that why they're trying to get all the Warner movies on?
Well, that's what he said. He's like, we thought we were working for a movie studio, the best movie studio, and then it turns out we're working for the worst streaming service. Because this goes back to the top of the chain with Time Warner. You know, it's not the actual movie studio is called.
Is it Comcast?
I think it's Time Warner.
Oh, Comcast is with NBC.
Yeah,
My bad.
AOL Time Warner. It used to be AOL Time Warner. Now it's
Yeah.
Time Warner. So this goes back to the corporate heads that own everything.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, we have a problem here. How can we fix it? Okay, let's bring these guys and put them with these guys.
That's how they talk.
That's exactly how they do. Okay.
If you ever been to a shareholder meeting,
Yeah.
Hey, how can we fix this?
yes, how we have a problem here. How can we fix
No,
it?
but the idea behind
Why
it
are they all Draculas?
We have 2 problems.
how can we fix them? No, because they're meeting late at night, I guess. I don't know. But,
So, yeah, you were saying?
the idea is like the corporate head of the company that doesn't really understand the movie business sees a business money flow problem and tries to solve it. It's like plugging holes, basically. How can I plug this money hole? Okay, I'll just plug it with that.
Yeah, but what's the
well,
the
it goes
downside?
more into that than just what you just said.
It's a business driven decision. Is what I'm
No,
trying to say.
this decision, I think it wasn't a conscious decision. I think was, okay, we know that next year, even though like right now, like there's gonna be vaccines around, but we don't know how people are gonna act. So, you know, we
Let's
think
just cover
people-
our bet.
exactly.
The
Let's
new
just go
standard is
Give it over there and see how it goes. At the same time, as for Warner Brothers have always been shit. As administration,
Okay.
go all the way back to the first Batman. How many people came out? Batman and Superman.
Okay.
People used to come out and like trash it. They trash everything they released. Who was the? I think one of the writers came out and talked about what was that movie? The one that had like the Joker and everybody in it, Suicide Squad.
Suicide
Yeah.
Squad.
Yeah, and he just it was terrible. And he's like he trashed everybody like top to bottom.
David Ayer, was it? If I'm not mistaken, the director.
And they kept having changes, and then
Yes, they kept changing people. It's still same shit. So in terms of an administration, they've been trash for a while.
But
I was just gonna say, yeah. Why does he say?
yeah,
it's-
but
it's
Christopher
one of the
Nolan
best?
has been working with them since 2002, apparently, since Insomnia, which was a great movie. If you guys haven't seen it,
True, it is.
Al Pacino, I think. Anyways,
Pacino,
so
yes,
he's
yes.
been working with them since that time, and he says, from his point of view, they have been great with me, with other filmmakers.
Again, no.
That's his point of view.
Yeah,
obviously.
yeah. You can't. What he says in public is, if you're shooting 9 movies, you have a contract of 5 movies, you're not gonna come out and say the shit unless they've really been shit to you.
Definitely,
True.
definitely.
Yeah.
Christopher Nolan gets his
So
own.
now,
lane to
because
go
they were
about.
shit to him, this is why he came out. He was like, you know what you doing with me?
No, but that's the thing. When you look at other,
Hold
you
on.
know,
His last movie, what was it?
Tenet.
So how well did Tenet do on the box office?
Oh, very
In the
bad.
states, it didn't do very well.
Because of COVID.
Internationally, it made some money, made around 400 million.
So for them, they look at that and say, if this is a big movie by a big director
And
that
it-
everybody wants to see, and this happened, what could happen to us next year?
exactly.
I think they might do it. Like maybe if like the vaccines everywhere, everybody's healthy, everybody's fine. I think they might close out the first like 3 months or 6 months. But I think like from June, like okay, put everything back into cinema, stop the streaming.
But see, Anna, for me,
Because it could be. I'm sorry. Because it could be also a money grab.
that's what I'm saying. It is a money grab.
No, it could be like okay, we have HBO Max and we want to boost the number of subscribers on it. Let's do this right now so people get on board and then we pull out.
This is what the board man upstairs are saying.
Yes, the Draculas.
Yes, the Draculas. This was what they were discussing. But
No,
I think I'm looking at it from another perspective. Warner Brothers just did this. Now you have somebody like Disney who's much bigger, and Disney haven't even done this move. Disney have strategically, they have a much better streaming service, and they have the ability to
Disney has the catalog, bro.
No, but I mean, looking at, for example, Mulan. When Mulan dropped, they didn't put Mulan on Disney Plus immediately. It took them a little minute. They could have done it for the money, but they realized that strategically, these are 2 different things for 2 different audiences, and I need to treat them as such.
No, but that's what Disney Plus is doing.
Yes.
They're releasing their movie in the cinema. Once it's out of the cinema, hey, it's on our streaming service.
Exactly.
Go watch it there.
Once it's out of the cinema, once you have that run that's over.
Oh, are you saying like the Warner Brothers is gonna drop a movie straight to streaming?
Yes. That's what
The
we're talking
the
about.
Same day
That's bullshit.
it drops.
Same
in
day
the
of release. It's gonna be
it
cinema
drops on
and
HBO.
on HBO Max.
That's why it's such a shitstorm.
But it's gonna be a pay-per-view kind of thing.
It's on
What do you
HBO
mean?
Max. If
No.
you subscribe
No.
to HBO
No.
Max.
Ooh, that's bad.
I had
That's
that
too-
conversation with you guys a long time ago. I told you you're gonna stop going to the movies.
Just
You're
a
gonna
couple
get
weeks
on
ago.
home and you're gonna say, "Oh, this is the new movie. Play." And I'm gonna sit at home and watch it.
And we had the argument that a lot of people, actually enjoy the cinema watching experience. Some
Yes.
people enjoy.
We were talking about that.
yeah. Some people like. I was talking to some colleagues at work, and
Mm.
they told me that they didn't really care about the movie that they went to watch, but sometimes they'd like to go to the cinema for the feeling of going to the cinema, getting the popcorn, going with a friend, getting dinner afterwards.
Yeah.
Even if the movie was shit, even if the movie was terrible. I disagreed, obviously, because I'm not going to waste my time watching a movie that's a waste of time. But if
We're
I,
different schools anyway. Yeah.
yeah, I understand the sentiment of, okay, me and my brothers, for example, want to go out and do something, so let's just go watch a movie, whatever it is, and let's just go grab dinner. I understand that sentiment. And that my argument was that experience is not going to die out here in Saudi because it's so fresh, it's so new. It's going to take a good 10 to 15 years.
That's what you think?
That's what I think.
All right, cool. What did we used to do before movies?
A lot of things.
Movie nights.
Okay.
So you telling me if the movies start coming out here, we're a group of 50 people. How about we just get Turks to do steaks and we'll sit at home and all watch on a big screen? No different than a movie.
Exactly. You pay for one ticket.
For
Like,
us,
you don't even pay. It's a
yes,
subscription
yeah,
thing.
for us, I think that's what we'll probably do. But I'm saying there are people that
Because
enjoy
I
the
that's exactly what I
experience.
told you. You told me no, the experience is not gonna die out. I'm telling you, yes, it will die out the second they start doing this.
Yeah.
I think the whole idea,
Like
of-
for me as a family of like I have like 8 kids.
Mashallah.
Thank you. It was hard work.
I know. On your behalf?
The neighbors.
Yeah.
So so
Uh,
if you have this whole army with you,
it's expensive.
yeah, and it's not only expensive. Like like I don't want the headache
It's
of
a
going
hassle.
and tell them stop talking, stop screaming. People are watching. Like sit at home, we'll all watch together.
Yeah.
I agree, but I still think that the cinema watching experience in Saudi is extremely novel for a lot of people. Okay, I know people that still haven't done it yet. Okay, for one reason or the other. So I think until we get saturated with not
Okay, you're
watching
saying
things-
words. I'll give you a better question.
Mm.
How long do you think it has of survival?
What do you mean?
I mean, before everybody starts saying, you know what, I had enough of going to the movies. Never.
No, not never.
Exactly.
I think that depends on the growth of the local film industry. Because if local films,
The local film industry is on Netflix.
Yeah, it's
my
already
friend.
on streaming
yeah,
services.
yes.
okay, no, you have
It skipped the cinema and it went straight to Netflix.
you have one big production house doing that. That's the biggest production house, maybe.
and he basically, this production house, which is 2011,
yeah.
just set the standard.
Okay. You don't think that there are other like smaller, more independent filmmakers that want to create a movie and release in local cinema?
Well, just looking back,
Looking forward.
no. There's evidence.
Okay.
So if you want to ignore this evidence and talk about hypotheticals, it doesn't work. 2011 on Netflix has been more successful than anything else that hit the movies. So you're telling me that I'm gonna say no, I'm not going to Netflix. I'm gonna go drop my stuff in the movies when there's evidence that it did way better compared to everybody else that did movies.
But not everybody can get Netflix.
But do you think they
No,
can get,
you're
like,
completely wrong.
cinemas?
You go ask anybody. If you have a good movie, if you have a good idea, you can pitch it to Netflix.
So why do I not just pitch it to Netflix and drop it in the theaters?
It's up to you. You can do that if you want. But I'm sure that Netflix is going to tell you exclusivity.
Yeah.
That's one part of the deal. yeah.
Yes.
See, you have this whole. I mean, the Red Sea Film Festival. That's
I
gonna.
can't wait for that to come back. It got canceled early last year because of COVID.
Yeah.
I
But,
look-
but,
I
but
really
I,
look
see,
forward
I
to
see a
it.
lot of interesting like posts and trailers. they
Yeah,
have
they've
on
been
social
back
media.
on it.
Very interesting stuff. That's gonna boost up the local film industry. I'll give you that. But and that's gonna be on cinemas. But it's gonna be hard to have all that talent translate from a film festival to commercial cinema. It's a totally different audience.
Okay.
But I don't think you'll have everyone going to the cinema. And please keep in mind that you are neglecting how fast we follow trends. here.
Okay.
The cinema trend had its high, and it's dropping low right now.
When did it have its high?
Once cinemas opened up,
In Saudi.
yeah,
So-
you couldn't get a ticket.
Exactly.
Okay.
You couldn't get it. Exactly.
We used to
That's true.
refresh the page at 11 a.m.
How many
to
cin-
get a ticket.
How many cinemas were in Riyadh at that time?
One.
How many people live in Riyadh?
I
5
know,
million, 8
yes.
million.
Does that make
Exactly.
sense to you?
Yeah, no. Second cinema opened, third cinema opened, fourth cinema opened, and still there's the high demand on those tickets.
Okay.
You still couldn't get a same day ticket.
But
You
you're,
had
still,
to.
but you're still talking about 4 cinemas that have 1,000 seat capacity in a city that has 5 million.
Yes, and the cinemas are gonna keep opening up, and the people are still gonna go less and less.
Okay.
And you see that already. Maybe it's COVID right now, but there is a new standard of watching movies at
There's
home.
3 next to my house right now.
I don't disagree that there is a new standard.
Yes.
I think part of our discussion was me saying I think that we're going to get oversaturated cinemas very quickly, because right now we have around 10 in Riyadh, or 5 to 10 more than, I think it's around 10 in Riyadh. Okay.
Because malls are still alive here.
Yes. and
So
the-
people will go and like, you know what, since my wife is shopping for 10 days or 10 minutes, I'm sorry. And so I'll just go watch a movie for 8 minutes.
my argument
I gave her
is-
2 minutes.
My
Sorry. Equality.
my argument is across the world, okay, people have been going to cinemas for a long time, so it's natural that they start getting bored of it when things become more convenient and it goes home. In Saudi, because the trend is new, it's going to take people a little bit longer until they get bored of it, and until then,
Based on what experience it was, Shamsi?
again,
Because I agree with him. I don't agree with you at all.
and I think this is from what I
الكيس.
expect.
From the
course.
keys.
from
From the
Yeah,
keys.
yes,
From the keys.
Yeah.
الكيس الحلول
أي كل كلامنا بالكيس.
Okay.
We are very
Yes.
ill-informed.
This is
Yeah.
what I think. Again,
But-
maybe I'm wrong, probably I am, but
You've been to cinemas outside Saudi.
yeah.
Do you think have you seen, like, do you see that the experience is the same here and there? The perception of what a cinema is? The hype around the cinema?
Yani, it's not big of a difference, Turkey. It's a theater.
No,
yeah.
a lot of people I walk into a cinema, a lot of time I walk into the cinema, it's empty.
Empty.
It's just me and the dude that's selling me popcorn.
That's
Like, hey,
here?
you good? Okay.
No,
good.
that's abroad.
No, outside.
Okay.
That's outside.
Abroad,
Okay.
yeah.
We talk about New York, talk about London.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've walked into plenty of movies that had like 1-2 people sitting.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. And
So
the
how-
whole cinema, even the hall, even you don't have to stand in line to buy popcorn.
Okay.
Here you have to stand in line and you got like 50 screens to buy a ticket.
And I will say the same thing you said. What's the population of London? How many movie
10
theaters?
million.
Oh.
10 million. Yeah, but again, I go back to the argument. They've been doing it for so long, they've gotten bored of it. They've moved on and found other things to
Exactly.
do. No, we've just started doing this. a
Hello.
year or two ago.
Again, Turks just told you you're not taking into consideration how fast we jump on trends.
Mm.
Okay, and we get off trend. basically.
Remember burger places?
Yes.
They're still a thing.
But not as big as they used to be, dude.
No. Now restaurants are the big thing.
Yeah.
Okay,
Remember
Coffee shops,
food trucks?
coffee
Food
shops
trucks?
are still a thing.
coffee shops still, it's not as big as it was before.
No,
Okay.
no, dude. I'm sorry.
So how long do you guys think the movie industry, the cinema industry in Saudi has?
In my opinion,
Yeah.
5 years.
5 years, and they're gonna start shutting down.
No, I don't think it's start shutting down.
You're gonna start
The
downsizing.
demand. Yes, the demand is
They'll
going to be way
downsize?
less.
So instead of having 10 in Riyadh, you're gonna have 8 or 7.
No, I'm gonna say I think that we might veer into indie cinemas and like I don't want to call them private cinemas. What do you call
Art,
it?
I don't know,
art
Boutique
cinema.
boutique
Boutique,
cinemas.
yeah.
Art
Yeah,
cinema.
exactly. Art cinemas showing classic movies, like providing you an interesting experience that is not the popular.
I think first they're going to adopt that into the
Mainstream thing.
current theaters that we have. I don't think they're going to build theaters again to do that. I think they're like, you know what? Let's do something else different with what we
Let's
already
do
have.
like a Sean Connery night every Tuesday.
Something like that, yeah. Hell, some cinemas just show Tarantino movies.
And that proves my point that the industry in Saudi still has legs to run. You know,
Yes,
it's not
true.
gonna. Yeah, it doesn't. I
True.
don't think it's gonna run out anytime.
I know, I'm
soon.
saying the mainstream cinema market is not gonna have that same hype around it, but the indies,
They might, they might.
the local scene, that's gonna have that. I mean, people are still gonna follow that because that's where. I don't want to say like mainstream movies don't have passion in them, but there's the indie movies is where you find like people,
Soul and,
yeah,
like,
exactly,
real
people with
life.
passion about like their art.
Yeah, I agree
Fuck.
with that. I agree with that.
So that's where people are gonna and you're gonna attract the right audience. Not everyone. Right now, everyone wants to go to cinema because it's a cinema, not because of the movie, not because of the director or the star or whatever.
Exactly.
I just
It's
want to go to the cinema. But you will develop. I mean, it's already here. There is an audience for like artistic film. I don't want to say artistic. I want to say
Different
audience
types
for
of films.
art, like audience for film itself, not the cinema going experience.
Okay.
They're already here, but you can't see them because of like you got all the people going to the cinema.
All
hype.
the commercial.
Yeah, everyone's like
At this current time, the growth of 2011 is very important. The support for 2011 is very important
it is.
because whether you like them or not, I'm not saying that you do or you or me.
I fucking love them. I'm sorry.
Ew.
Fuck you, I'm sorry.
I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
They got
I'm
mad
just
love. They're
joking.
doing-
I'm just
they're
joking. I'm
doing
just
some
joking.
Great stuff.
Right now, it's very important for us to back it up. We have to
I agree.
because it's a brand that's local, that came out of nothing, that there was a lot of hard work that was put into it,
Yes.
and it's actually speaking our language. And in not only speaking our language, they're not giving us something cheap
It is fucking authentic.
and artistic.
Yes.
and real.
There's so much talent in that house. To be honest.
So that house needs the most backing as possible from us as people
Definitely.
to keep it as a standard.
I agree.
Because if we keep it as a standard and they keep going up and keep moving that certain way, they'll be our house. They'll be the house that we know when they release something. Like, do you remember the hype during YouTube? When they released something, we all watched because we understood one, it's gonna be quality.
Mm-hmm.
Two, it's gonna be authentic.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it wasn't authentic, it'd be really very close to authenticity.
See, and for me, that kind of like the fact that they went to Netflix and you're not gonna have an authentic Telfaz movie premiere experience in Riyadh, it's kind of sad, you know, because I would imagine them packing theaters. I would imagine them.
If I recall correctly, Netflix do red carpet events for some of the things that
Yeah, I
they
think
release.
they
do they?
Yes, I think they do. If I remember correctly, I don't remember.
So there's like a movie, there's a theater watching experience when they premiere movies.
No, not that. But I remember them doing something. But something along that line could be done.
Yeah, but
I'm trying to remember what they do exactly, but I'll just remember as like Netflix stars and red carpets.
Yes,
but I don't know what it is.
exactly. I'm literally on the same boat as you.
Yeah.
I don't remember coming across anything like that. But I'm thinking about that for the culture, you know, having people.
Okay, you using the word for the culture
No,
really
no,
annoys me.
for the
Like
local culture.
when you say for the culture, you emphasize on the culture.
No, but you get the point. You know, having people, you know, standing in line for a ticket, having people selling out theaters get a chance to watch the movie, and that communal movie watching experience.
I think 2011 was very smart to go with streaming
I agree.
and not to go with cinema.
I agree. It's a
So-
smart decision for them.
That's where they made their bread and butter in the bidaya. And it's all about streaming. It's
Yeah,
already
no,
YouTube.
no. We agree
I'm
with
just talking
that.
about a small aspect.
No, hold on.
of that
Okay,
part,
okay.
you
Do you know
know?
what's the problem with what you just said?
What?
yes, they did make their better butter on Shisma, on streaming.
Yeah.
But a lot of people, when they were on YouTube, like we had that conversation before, I don't want to go back to it. We said how people wanted to go to NBC, how they wanted to go to TV, how they want to go to movies.
And they didn't go there. That right.
Yeah, I mean, let's talk about the what's the name, the festival in France in Cannes. What was it called?
Cannes Film Festival, Arabian Alien.
Yes, no, it was before Arabia. There was another movie. What's it called? I don't remember. Anyway,
I remember that. I remember that cover, but I don't remember what it is.
but people were like, we're targeting that. Like, oh, that's where we're gonna go. Next is television and movies, and it failed. I'm not saying I don't know what 2011 did over there. None of my business, but I think everybody that was going toward that route, I don't think it was as lucrative.
No, most of the people that went from YouTube to TV, I mean,
We've had that discussion.
Yeah.
The Sundance Festival. There we go.
Sundance.
The problem with the Sundance Festival is a lot of people go there asking for recognition. I'm talking about from our culture.
That's in the States though, not in France.
yeah, Sundance is France.
Doesn't matter. No. I just
Something.
remembered in my head Sundance Festival
Oh, okay.
for what I wanted to say
Okay.
next. Because I remember it for a specific reason I'm not gonna say on air, but a lot of people in our culture wanted go back to the acceptance.
See me. I'm
Not
here.
only see me, no, look at me. I'm this talent from this area, and I'm one of a kind, and I'm just like you. The biggest issue with that was a lot of us wanted to be like them and what they deliver, and lost ourselves in the process. So to them, when they look at it someone that's being like them. So there's nothing special that you're giving me. You're not giving me jack shit. to be
Yeah.
honest.
Okay, you created a type, and everyone's trying to follow that type, and you it's not authentic. You're
Exactly.
trying to be someone else.
Yes.
No, you're trying to follow or project a certain image, and in the process of doing that, you end up losing the part that the realness.
It's like these girls who want to be models in the Arab industry. They're just looking at what all these other models doing, and they're just acting out the same thing. It's not our culture. That's not what we do. And you're just copying something, and you're trying to associate yourself with it and say, look at me. I'm like them. So fucking what?
Yeah.
I didn't give two shits about them to me even care about you being like them. Doesn't make sense. It's optics. Some people they just love the optics. Look at me. I'm associated. I act like I look like.
People seek validation, and maybe people seek validation.
That
in the
okay.
wrong
See,
places.
thank you. That's actually yes.
Yeah.
Yes. A lot of people do seek validation from the wrong crowd.
Yeah, exactly. And maybe they seek it from the wrong crowd. Maybe, but at the end of the day, people seek that sense of somebody coming and telling them, hey, whatever you're doing, it's great. Like, we appreciate it. We like it. And the fact that maybe they go to the audience that is not our audience, that it's outside of culture, our culture, is maybe because once upon a time they felt that they will not get that support locally. So they had to go abroad and look for it.
Mm.
Nowadays, I think the situation is different. Again, I feel like this is something that we repeat a lot, but it is a fact. The situation as it is in the country today, in Saudi today, is different than it was 1 year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. And it's going to keep changing as we move forward. So having that in mind, we go back to what we want to create as a culture and who are we creating for? That's I think a big
The biggest issue that
we should be creating for ourselves, and that's what I think
Yes.
Telfaz is doing.
exactly.
Telfaz is creating for the Saudi audience. Fine, we're on Netflix. Fine, people might watch us. International audiences might watch us. Our shit's gonna get dubbed. It's gonna get,
I know that a lot of people look at 2011 and they think, oh, now it's a corporate company. It's not local anymore. That's completely fucking false. It's still local. If you wanted something to support that was local, you have them right in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
It's that simple. It's not because they became, I'm not gonna say elite. They got to a point where their product and their creativity and their art, they're expanding it all over the world. And talking to you specifically, it tells you how local of a brand it is. So when we say support local, 2011 is a local brand.
Definitely.
No matter how much money they're making, no matter how many deals they're getting, yes, they should be getting deals. They should be making money because that money trickles down. It helps young creatives to stand up. It helps young actors, actresses,
writers,
directors.
producers.
I mean, 2011, I think it's understated how much
of an
they
impact
helped,
had.
not only impact, and how the quality that they requested from everybody else.
Bro, they raised the bar. They raised the bar.
No, I disagree. They set the bar.
they set the bar.
It didn't raise the bar
I-
because the bar there was no bar.
bar was
There was
not
just people. No, there was no bar. There was just people doing shit.
Like I know for me, when I say the bar was like مسلسلات رمضانية that you're never gonna watch. Because
Yeah,
But
that's
you don't
that's
compare
a
to them.
totally different bar.
You don't compare to them.
Totally
no,
different
I'm
thing.
looking at the sense of Saudi production.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Yeah, but then again,
Okay.
that's too
a different
too,
level. It's a completely different.
No, that's too. I mean, you have to get into radio, TV. You have to get into a lot of things.
Hmm.
But what they're doing from the beginning, they were walking in their own lane,
Yeah.
and they stayed in that lane.
They did
So-
not sell out. They only became successful.
They shifted a little bit for a while. I don't remember when, but they did shift for a while. But I feel like they got back on track.
So again, we go back to the idea of like, okay, I don't know. I have no idea where we want to go back to, but we started with streaming. We started with Peacock. We moved on to HBO Max. We moved on to Telfaz 11 and the state of the cinema industry in Saudi. A couple of episodes ago, you mentioned how well we were doing in terms of sales in Saudi.
Yeah.
For cinema last year,
Mm.
it was something around 70 million
Huge.
dollars
Yeah.
or riyals, I don't remember, over cinema sales over the past year in Saudi. My point is, I feel like the industry has room to run. Turks mentioned a couple of good points in the sense of art and, you know, local content. I feel like the streaming game is definitely here to stay. The streaming game is not going to go away.
Of
But
course.
at the same time, I feel like the cinema industry in Saudi does require support, and we shouldn't really be looking to shift towards streaming right now, because cinema itself is an entire industry, and we're not just talking about showing the movies. We're talking about creating them, directing them, producing them, hair, makeup, crew, all of that are things that, as an industry in Saudi, it's still being birthed, you know? So when we see a local movie in the cinemas, I feel we should go and watch it, even if we think it's going to be.
I think there's more people involved in the streaming services than there are into cinema here locally.
What do you mean?
It's easier for me to have better access for me to show you my talent on streaming services.
You're counting in YouTube. Here.
Yes.
Okay.
YouTube, Snapchat, Instagram,
Yeah.
TikTok,
It is.
whatever it is.
It is. It
So
is
I
easier.
none of them, I don't think this new generation, any of them aim for the cinema. I don't think so at all.
You don't think they want that, you know, red
Mm.
carpet?
No,
You
what are
know,
you talking
my
about? We
name on
just got a movie.
poster.
We just got.
No, he's saying
Talking
they
about
don't
in the
aspire to
cinema.
that.
Aspire to do cinema, not to do not to go on a movie to streaming service and go to a production house that does cinemas like Warner Brothers, like everybody else.
Yeah, Book of Sun came out in the cinema first, and then the Netflix,
Never.
took 'em in.
This is the first time that I know they came out in the cinema.
Shams al-Ma'arif.
Wallah?
Yes,
Yeah, Shams al-Ma'arif.
I never knew they came out in the
It had
cinema.
a good run in the cinemas as well.
Yeah.
Like it went on for a good month and a half, I think.
And now everything's on streaming.
And that's a fairly young
Yeah.
crew that is making
no,
that.
no, it's not about them. I'm talking about this new generation. I'm talking about 2011 right now, what they're doing.
It's not.
This new generation that's coming up, I don't think they're going to be looking at cinemas as we look at it right now. The streaming service is going to be so accessible and so embedded into your head that when you grow up, you want to be in a production house that's on a streaming service, not on a cinema.
I think there are still people and or filmmakers who aspire to have their work or their film, their movie to be shown in a big screen in a big theater, and for people to experience it in a communal way. I think there's still
Shamsi, and I don't like when you tell me I think. No, that thought came out of where?
because as I was reading the article, it mentioned that Netflix offered a couple of filmmakers a large amounts of money to have their films to be Netflix exclusives, but they refused for that exact reason, because they said our movies are communal experiences. We want them to be shared.
Hello, I am talking about here.
Here, I think people might have the same idea. Might, not necessarily.
There's no production houses right here right now.
No, I'm saying
there are. You don't know about them, but
No, there's no. I'm talking about cinema, not YouTube based, social media based, or Netflix. As in, we're producing movies for cinema.
I think that's something that we're going to start seeing for the next couple of years.
We just saw an Arabic movie that came out and got shut down real fucking quick.
That was just one.
That's from the TV and radio school of thought.
That's
which is why.
exactly. Let's pick out people, put them over here,
Yeah.
and that's what I'm telling you.
And we had the other example
Nobody
of
wants to
Shams
be a part of
al-Ma'arif.
that anymore.
We had the other example of Shams al-Ma'arif, Book of Sons, which came out on the cinema, had a great run, and then they started, once they got out of the theater run, they started monetizing by going
Yeah,
to
but keep in
streaming.
mind, and again, you're saying that it had a good theater run because everything is having a good theater run right now.
No, but that movie.
I'm talking about future. You guys are talking about today. I'm talking about down the line. I'm talking about 10 years. You're talking about today. I'm telling you, the kids right now that are growing up, they're looking at Netflix the same way we used to look at movies at cinemas.
Are you talking about the kids as in the audience or the
audience, the
the
audience.
filmmakers?
No, the audience. The
audience.
Well, of course, the audience. If that's what they see, everything when you become a filmmaker, that's what you look at anyway. If you look at everybody that you like are watching one thing, and for example, in the '90s, it was TV shows and cinemas, and it was separate. If you're an actor in a movie, you cannot be on a TV show.
Yeah,
There's a step down.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden,
Prestige TV came up.
I don't know. It was what's
Prestige TV, that's what they call
no,
it.
I just okay, sure. Everybody started jumping down and getting on shows, and it became and the quality of the shows went up.
But wait, wasn't James Gandolfini on TV?
I have no idea who that is.
That's the main actor from Sopranos.
I have no idea.
Have you ever watched Sopranos?
Yes, I know. I'm talking about your question.
Yeah, because I think that shift happened sometime in the mid-thousands.
I thought it was with Netflix.
No.
I thought
No,
Netflix
way
changed
before.
It started.
Yeah, way before Netflix, man.
It started with HBO. HBO.
I think it was
the first
HBO.
person that was able to get like big film actors to do like limited series.
Limited series.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
and
the
then
thing.
that transitioned to
Yeah.
regular TV shows. Like Nicole Kidman has a show. Hugh Grant just dropped a show with HBO. Julie Roberts did a show with HBO as well. Like all the big movie actors are doing shows. Remember the detective one? What's it called? Woody Harrelson.
True Detective.
True Detective. That one was awesome.
Didn't watch the whole thing.
The first season, at least, it was great.
Anyway, so the point was that shift happened, and I'm expecting that this young generation, that their shift is going to be way away from, like, totally separate from what cinema is. Now, what's going to happen to cinema, I have no idea, but I don't believe that this whole I need to be on the big screen is going to be that big of a deal.
Down the line,
If everything is coming down to your pocket, everything
Yeah.
is coming down to your pocket. Everything you need in the world is coming down straight to your pocket on your phone, on your tablet.
It's all about easy access right now.
I understand the point completely. Like I think time will tell. Definitely, that's for sure. Again, I think that we need to see more local creative talents like Tilfaz come out and start putting their stuff out. I think with the opening up of the cinema commission and the local stuff that MOC is doing, JCAM as well. Like we're gonna start seeing those people.
GCAM, not JCAM.
GCAM.
I don't believe
people coming to the fore.
I don't believe Tilfaz 11 is going to have any competition anytime soon.
What's anytime soon?
Anytime soon.
Oh, they're the top dog right
2,
now.
3, 4, 5 years.
We can't disagree.
Is 10 years anytime soon?
10 years is a long time.
That's what I'm trying to say. So anytime soon is this next couple of years, Shamsi.
No competition.
I don't think it's going to have any competition whatsoever.
I don't think anybody is going to reach their level, but I think there's going to be plenty of startups that
No,
are going to.
reaching the level you can. But to get to that level, the amount of work that needs to be done,
It's massive.
Yeah.
And the amount of talent that you need to build is.
no. You can find the talent.
No. You need to build the talent as well, not just find it, Like Tilfaz 11 came together, I think, because it was able to bring a lot of talented people and put them in one creative
Didn't
space.
build them though.
Yeah, but it brought them together.
I'm saying you can find talent. But building talent is a very good question.
That's one thing that.
I don't think we have any schools that build down that talent.
No.
I think we have theaters.
Yeah.
We barely even have those. Barely. We do, barely. Like they're hanging on by their fingertips.
I think are most of the theaters like associated to government?
Like there's college theaters, but they don't really do shows. They used to do, I think, Eid shows every now and then. Like I remember over the past 10 years, you would always see for Eid, there would be like, oh, تعال احضر المسرحية.
I think they do more than that, but we just don't know about it.
Bro, if we don't know about it,
We're not exposed to it. To
No,
be
I don't
honest.
think we have a big theater culture in Saudi compared to, for example, Kuwait. Like Kuwait has
That's true.
a huge theater
Yeah,
culture.
that's true. That's
And
true.
Kuwait's theater culture is unique. Like by London, all of that stuff. Like we grew up watching this stuff. Same thing with Egypt. We grew up watching that with the Musharbi and Al Kibrat, whatever.
But okay, do you want to say? I see the problem. If you look at TV, it's mostly a pretty face and some lines, not cocaine.
Wow. You just have to go there.
So
Which
it's
TV?
usually
Local TV?
yeah, local TV. Oh, Champsy, I'm not talking about the whole world, man. I'm just talking about us. You keep forgetting where you are.
I think
There are no news stories. There are no character developments. There are no, I don't know, no passion in those shows.
There we go, that's the
I'm
word.
I'm sorry. It's just about.
Do you guys remember in Ramadan when they had that one show they brought this American actress and had her speak Arabic?
it was a comedy show.
No, it wasn't a comedy show. Champsy. No, it wasn't a comedy show. No. It was not a comedy show. It was a drama.
No, I remember. I don't watch usually like dramas in Ramadan.
I'm not saying no, I do, but I saw that and I had to pause.
Okay.
جايبين لك واحدة أمريكية, all right? It's an American chick. They put her in Khaliji makeup
Oh wow.
and it had her like read some broken Arabic.
Okay.
Why? Why?
And I have an issue with the whole like مسلسلات كويتية drama.
No, it's not about, look, all local TV, they do the same thing. They try to act like they're pushing the envelope when in reality they're just being dirty and try to give you a pretty face for you to talk about. And, oh, did you guys see, what she was wearing? Oh, did you see what this guy did? That's basically what we all had. Every single year, it's the same thing. And Kuwait has been repeating the same thing. We all understand y'all have companies and you have children with drug problems and you have other people robbing your company. We understand, okay?
Somebody's marrying over his wife.
And someone's like divorcing his wife for his sister and her third cousin. Like, like we see this over and over again. You're not shocking us. And you always have that bad boy in the family, you know?
The dude with the spiky hair. Yeah. I know.
And the girl is she a lesbian?
Yeah.
Is she a tomboy?
You never know.
Is she just like dabbling?
You never know.
Every
They never
single year,
address it.
same trash, man.
I agree.
I think we took the idea of a soap opera and did it very, very wrong. I think the idea was just to like have a
I wish it was very wrong in Turks, but since 158 episodes of wrong.
dude.
No.
That's what
They don't
soap
run
operas
that long.
are.
I know, no,
Yes.
soap operas like like what, like
They are like thousands.
exactly
Yeah, I know,
thousands.
yeah.
And we do 1 year of one season. That's like 100 episodes.
No,
It's-
it's less. It's less.
We do 30
Exactly.
every year. We do 30
It's 30.
Ramadan from the beginning to the end, and that is it.
Exactly.
Soap operas. The idea behind them was to have that running show that has that audience that is still following it, so you can sell the ads, which are soap.
For 10
Yes.
10
Yeah.
years.
Yes.
10 years or more.
Then we took that whole trope. I'm sorry, it is.
That's actually how it started. It started with soap companies
Oh
looking
my
for a vehicle to
God.
sell soap.
Exactly.
And they came up with an idea of creating a show that people would watch so they could just
That
promote their
appealed
soap.
to stay-at-home
Yes.
moms
Yeah.
at the back then.
50s,
Yeah.
bro.
And then we took that same tropes of soap opera and crunched it into 30 days, where you see, you're still selling ads, but for a
I
month.
totally disagree. Most of the shows that start in Ramadan don't finish in Ramadan. They finish way after
No,
Ramadan.
not way after.
What are you talking
They
about?
finish
You
a
just
lot-
said I don't watch anything. Now you're telling me they do.
Bro, my family does. I know what
Call
they
your
watch.
moms right now.
Usually, it starts at beginning of Ramadan and it continues up until the first or second day of Eid at max. That's when the finale is.
Yeah.
The finale is Yom Eid. Oh shit, yeah, the finale. Let's go.
I disagree.
Yeah, no, that's what's happening.
I remember
bro.
some of them still running like weeks after Ramadan.
You had something like Bab al-Hara, which became like a season format where they brought it back every Ramadan. That was innovative.
That
That was
boring.
different.
No,
That was
don't call
boring.
it innovative.
No, for Ramadan
Shamsi
shows.
throws innovative around like it's
Yeah,
nothing.
For
Man.
Ramadan
Dude,
shows.
Kawasir, Jawarih, remember that. That
No.
was spin-offs.
I mean, for
Innovative, you're going to call it? No.
Yes, it's innovation. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
a Ramadan show to keep coming back with the same characters every year was different. Not a lot of people did that.
I don't know how I remember those names.
Okay.
Hold on.
Except for like Tash Matash.
No,
and a
no,
drama
no.
Ramadan
Yeah,
show.
I'm about to
A
say,
drama
yes.
Ramadan show, like a dramatic Ramadan show, not a comedic,
No, because
sketch.
always something new every single year, and it's about the highlight of like. Well, again, see, our understanding of TV is actually completely false, because I didn't grow up here. You guys grew up here,
Mm.
but I think even you guys were not attached to TV as everybody else, because if you recall correctly, I know you always have something to say. Just wait on it.
Mm.
If you recall correctly, okay, before the next stylist or stylish thing that everybody's the next trend, there we go,
Okay.
was through all these shows. What's the hair color for the girls, or what's the style for the guys? It used to be based off of these shows.
Yeah, okay, they are the trendsetters.
And
Yes,
it's- and it's-
because I recall correctly, sometime in the early 2000s,
Yeah.
there was a huge cry for wanting red hair, and
Oh.
everybody had red hair for some reason.
Okay.
And then later on came out that there was some actress on some TV and she dyed her hair in that color and everybody wanted it.
Yeah.
So it was like that. If you need to know what's trending for that year, it came out of TV. And this is why a lot of people were hooked on it.
And it was always only during Ramadan. Yani that connection with
Yes,
the TV
Ramadan
set.
was when the whole family is sitting around.
No, not just that. When everybody in the family has their shows and we pick out the schedule, like the first 2 days of Ramadan. So basically, we sit down. They would get a schedule of all the new shows and all on dropping on which channels. They would watch them across the first 2 days of Ramadan, and then they would decide, okay, like me and my sister are gonna watch this drama show at 10. Like me and my dad are gonna watch this history show at like
Look, your house has a
6.
committee. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying-
Most houses don't.
No, I'm saying that's how.
قاعد after turn on the TV
Yeah.
وخلاص.
Now that's different. Like that's the regular everybody's sitting together. But as Ramadan goes on, we used to have friends that say, "Hey, NBC, Satis, yalla, let's go. What are you doing? Yo, I'm watching my show, bro."
Oh yeah, I remember
You
that.
Remember that?
I remember that.
So that's what I'm saying. Like it became, what do you like, and go catch it, which channel, whatever it is.
But why did we have to limit it to Ramadan
Exactly.
only?
Because Ramadan was a time where people were guaranteed to be sitting in front of a TV
Family gathering.
and gathering with families, and like you have the whole night where you're just staying up.
Yeah, but nowadays you're not limited to that time schedule.
True.
You have this the availability of the streaming service. That's going to be like revolutionary.
It is already.
It is. Yes, I agree. But we are still churning out Ramadan shows. Why?
That's what we know to do, how to do, or what to do.
هذا ما وجدنا عليها.
Let's be honest. They disrespect Ramadan every single year.
With the what happens on the shows.
Yes.
A lot of them are disrespectful. Yes.
Yes. Every single year. So you putting this saying, "Oh, we're launching in Ramadan," and have like zero respect for what Ramadan is.
Yeah, it's bro. When they say Ramadan,
Let me take that back. I'm gonna say zero respect.
When they say Ramadan, it's not about hey, it's an opportunity to sell you something. At the end of the day, it's an opportunity because I know you're sitting in front of the TV.
Yeah, we understand
Yeah,
that. Like
so
Ramadan, like I know people that would not buy cars until Ramadan comes around.
because of Ramadan discounts.
Yes. So we understand it's a month of discounts. Everybody's buying, especially the last 2 weeks of Ramadan.
Credit goes to a lot of people. People like Shigeri that came out with shows that actually try to educate people. Give them information, try to change their behavior.
All of you failed them, by the way.
Yeah.
All of you failed them. I'm looking at.
He had so much hope for you.
I know. I
guys.
swear, to God, all of you failed them.
But that was the minority, I think, in consideration to the rest of
I highly respect them, by the way.
Yeah.
my Shigeri.
Same.
Yes,
He's
I
awesome.
highly
He's
respect
awesome,
them.
honestly.
I highly
Like, that's
respect
the
them.
one guy that I do make a point of trying to catch every Ramadan, honestly. Because whatever content he's going to give me, I know that's good content.
Do you want me to catch your boy on a lie right now?
Please do.
What was the last show called that he had?
I have no idea what any of
Exactly.
his shows are called.
Exactly.
Like, I forget
So,
any of them.
so you didn't watch
I
anything.
remember Khawatir.
Do you know?
That was the original one. Was it Khawatir?
Oh my
It
god!
was.
Yeah.
How
That-
far
that's
back
the
are
original.
you?
Khawatir ran for like
So
6,
you
7,
don't
8
you don't know
seasons.
that he has a network and he has a channel and he has all this stuff and he releases on social media nonstop.
I follow him on social
There you
media.
go.
It is Qumra, isn't
Yes, it is.
Oh, Qumra, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
I used to watch that when I was in Australia, bro.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's what I'm telling you. Like, I always try to make time to see him.
During
I don't.
Ramadan.
I'm a catch your boy.
No.
I'm a
So
catcher.
He would watch it, but he still knows it as Khawatir. Whatever the show is.
Yeah,
has seen it. The new Khawatir is out.
The new Khawatir is out. Exactly.
Oh, try this soda. Oh, Bibsy. Bibsy too.
Just like every show you watch at 6 p.m. We watch
Coca-Cola. No, that's red Pepsi. I know this.
That's red Pepsi and yellow Pepsi. Oh my god, you're that type of person, Champs. I never knew that though.
Y'all done?
Yeah,
No,
that's
I'm asking you. Are you that type of person?
Like again, just like every show.
You're the type of person that calls an actor Abu Tagiya, متذكر أبو طاقية.
مو بأبو طاقية.
That's you.
بس زي عرفت في رمضان we used to watch 12 بعد الفطور. Now every time every show that we watch on بعد الفطور is trying to be the new Tosh. Oh, what's the new Tosh
True.
this year?
Yeah.
وشو طاش الجديد؟
True.
وشو؟ Oh الساعة 7 what's it called السنة الماضية؟
And like how everybody else. Why am I jumping to the mic?
Yeah, sit straight. Yeah.
And like how everybody failed to do that, they're gonna face the same failure chasing 2011.
Trying to be the new 2011.
Yes, you cannot be the new 2011.
You need to be your own thing.
You need to be your own thing and see what gaps in the market that you can. I'm not gonna say attack, which I love that word.
Conquer,
Not even conquer. Whoa. Oof.
dominate.
Just more.
So aggressive, Shamsi. Why?
All right, I think we're
We're good. I think we're good.
We're about to go.
Annihilate.
This is when I need to get away from you guys.
Oh,
No, but for real, look for what's and there's the market is full of gaps. Bro. Like for real, the market is full.
يا أخي شانس الكيس حق the market full of gaps. Give me one.
We're in it.
All right, we out. Peace,
Peace.
peace, peace. All right, I'm gonna close this so I can tell you something.